We start our scene by looking over the sort of very rugged households and rooftops and smokestacks and chimneys and very rural, sort of cramped together streets where, rooftops are touching each other like this very thick canopy that covers the streets. A literal concrete jungle, as it were, of a bunch of houses that are sort of leaning back and forth, making their way in, let's see, uh, in the rural streets of Barabel, the housing district of Rugton. We make our way over to a fairly ornate and actually sort of hospital, and one of the fair structures that is actually standing fairly strong and looking rather nice. We are at what's the name of your building, Dr. Zink?
It is
I know you have it written down. I just didn't.
Yeah, I wrote it
have
down,
access
but
to
I
your
can't.
character sheet
I don't
offhand.
see it. I know I wrote it down.
A lag spike as it attempts to load.
Well, it's called Little Angel Orphanage.
Oh, that's completely different than I remembered it was. What does Little Angel's Orphanage look like?
It's sort of just like maybe a very large manor house. It's sort of like probably like a mix between like a residence and a hospice.
Okay.
Got a lot of rooms.
And where is Dr. Zink situated at this point? It's about midday. People are out and about. Everyone's awake at this point in full swing of whatever business that they are. What would you be doing at this point in time?
Midday. I'd probably be just finishing making sandwiches for the orphans' lunch.
And I assume you're not the only person that's assisting making food and whatnot.
No, I probably imagine I would have a couple people, and Wet also assists.
Okay. Let's see. One of your excuse me. A young male half elf sort of gingerly sort of steps up alongside you, and usually whenever you're performing work and whatnot, he likes to help out. This is Jeremy, one of your he's about 15. He's old enough to be reliable and can understand right from wrong. He's one of the few people that didn't have necessarily a dark path or was too troubled. They weren't abandoned necessarily. They just lived on the streets until you give him a place to stay at the orphanage. So he definitely likes to help out and is useful and whatnot. But he comes up to you and says, "How are things going today, Dr. Zink?"
Oh, pretty good, Jeremy. How are you?
Doing all right, sir. Thank you for asking. I did want to say, I believe the train's coming in today, so do you think some of the boys and I could head over there? Won't you come in?
Yes, but eat your sandwich first.
Okay. And the children gather up and complete their meal. You do know that. Actually, go ahead and make a. Let's start with making an insight check on your orphanage today.
11.
Okay. There's a general buzz that seems to be a bit different than the usual energy that's flowing through the orphanage, but you can't necessarily pinpoint it. Like, figure out what's the hubbub. But you can feel free to ask about and talk to somebody.
I'll ask Jeremy while he's there. Is there something going on today?
Well, you know that train doesn't come very often, and usually when it does, it brings a bunch of very interesting people.
Yes. Make sure to take some supplements for sale.
Very good, sir.
Any new arrivals?
Make a persuasion check.
It's 19.
Okay. Jeremy looks up at you and says, would you want to come with us, sir? I know you don't get out very often, and the boys and I could hitch up a wagon. We were going to tote some of the smaller kids on a cart over there. Could probably make some room for you.
Well, I do have to check on some things, but we'd probably do that first, I guess.
He smiles. All right. Oh, and I already swept the outer hallway, so we're good to go.
Excellent. Though wet can usually just suck that up, I think.
Is Wet a well-known figure in the orphanage, or do you keep him under wraps?
Yes, he
Unfortunately, he gets around.
He showed up one day and then was like, I saw some possible uses for him, and as he sort of gained more sentience, then he kind of like is kind of a nursemaid for the children, and while he was growing, they were like treating him as kind of like a pet.
Okay. We will definitely have to explain and describe that character when or if they show up. But yeah, things are going smoothly. Is there anything else that you would like to do at your orphanage before heading out?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
I do have plans to stop by, I think it's the Belladonna, later to check on how my drugs are selling over there. But
all right. Then after lunch, the kids quickly get roused together and start loading up onto the car. And again, this isn't like the entire orphanage. This is just like a group that has planned this out. And you are led over towards a small sort of... It's not like a rickety cart, but you can tell that it was the full body of a cart. But it's basically just the back two wheels. And then, people climb on board, and then some of the bigger boys lift up the front and start pulling it. It's very much one of those kind of transport carts that are used in... I can't think of like a good description of it right now, but yeah. It's very, very much, ramshackle, I suppose.
I will also ride inside if there's room.
Okay. Yeah, there's not really an inside. There's just it's just flat,
Yeah,
so
just
it's
on
just
it.
on top. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't have to walk as far.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of like a bucket. It's meant to be horse-drawn, but you don't got horses.
Yeah. It's just being pulled by willpower and dreams.
Is there enough room for everyone?
Yeah. It's just a group of, I want to say, probably like 10 young kids. And then there's like a group of some older ones, sort of intermittently, chaperones and whatnot. There's like, I think 2 sort of older teens that are sort of there, not necessarily because they wanted to go, but because they're, this is a family basically, and they look out for each other. So yeah. And then there's six old boys, and four of them are at the front and 2 are at the back, just to make sure it doesn't tip or anything. Yeah. And you guys just start heading your way down the cobblestone streets. And it is in one of these streets that we make our way over towards a figure who is meditating in their house. Renji, you have had your 6 hours of rest, of meditation. You have performed your long rest. What would you like to do? You do know that the train is coming in today, which is always interesting, good for business, but you do know that you also need to finish your job in collecting that pin, but you have been found out.
Randy's got a mission, he has to complete it. So what I think he's doing is he's looking for a map. I want to see if I have like a map laying around, like the layout, the area in which I have to go to steal it. Try to find for like some like back roads in case somebody sees me again.
That's the wrong song. What like how much of a
Because I want to make sure that if I have to cast darkness again, I'll be able to know when to turn into like a little alley.
What's the end goal purpose of this map that you're hoping to use?
So like see like try to find if there's like any like back roads. So like I said, if I have to cast darkness and I'm getting chased, like I'll know which road I'm on and I'll know when to turn left or right. And just in case I can't see, I'll just know where it is. Cause I have keen mind, so like I remember almost everything.
Oh, so I'm not the only one with keen mind.
All right, hush. I'm willing to say that you probably have a general map, but like some of these, especially in Lower Rugton in the Flatland, the streets aren't necessarily so precise, especially in Brabble. The almost the alleys are bigger than the roads at times. You would be very easy to maneuver your way through, but trying to find something that you could perfectly memorize, I think, is just a bit too much to ask for, unfortunately.
I'm just looking for a quick exit.
Right, that's pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
What exactly is your plan though that you're trying to do?
Well, I want to try to. First, I gotta figure out where it is, since I know the dwarf took it. I don't know where you took it, so yeah. I'm gonna have to ask around and try to see which way he went after I left.
Okay. Do you want to make your way to some sort of like information broker or some sort of hub, like a bar or something, to try and gather some information?
Yeah, I'll try to go to the bay or something.
Okay. You make your way over to a well-known location. Let's see. You're probably still in the rural housing district, so you make your way over to. Let's see what would be like a good choice here.
I like this intense thinking music happening.
Well, he's sneaking around right now, making his way through the back alleys.
Yeah.
The morning mist has broken off, and so it's not the greatest way to sneak around. But with the twisting houses, and there's still a lot of sort of dark alleyways that he can maneuver his way through. This is a bit too action intensive, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get rid of.
Sounds like we're supposed to be in a boss fight or something.
I'm about to run into Benji.
Runs into Sergio again.
I'm ready for your ass. I said I'd be back.
Sergio just dumps you in a trash can.
I don't have a whole lot of great general background music. I usually have music for like specific scenes that are happening.
I know. I gotta go find some music for myself.
Smooth
That's
jazz.
All right, fine. You can do that. You.
Yes.
What the hell?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfection.
You make your way over to the library. This is library music.
What is
Elevator
this
music.
song? And more importantly, where are you guys playing this from?
Do you actually care what the music is?
I care a little, not that much.
Okay.
I just wanna-
This specific tune that is playing is Gumshoe Blues Office, which is the detective agency in Touch Detective 2. 2.5 specifically.
I would like to point out before I left the house, like I grabbed my cloak since it is going to be sunny.
Yes. You're also making your way through dark alleys and whatnot. You do know that the library is like a decent place to do research if you wanted to look at maps of like specific building constructions or general street layouts if you wanted to do any sort of research on that necessarily. Again, all of that is sort of old information as it hasn't been updated in such a long time, but you get a general. But you can also meet with people that are willing to sell information and whatnot.
I don't have any money. At least I don't think I do. I had no idea how much gold I have.
Yeah, that is unfortunate because you are currently in between jobs and you were desperate enough to take this random job that seemed simple enough, but had you considered it a little bit more, you would have realized that you're stealing from one of the dwarven houses, which is not taken kindly to, and there wasn't a whole lot of information given to you. So you don't have a lot of money on you, but you could attempt to go ahead and make a history check. Let's see if you know any information brokers.
That's a 12.
You do have a reoccurring person named Kurtz. You guys aren't necessarily friends, but you're close enough that you guys know each other by first name basis, and you do this shtick all the time. You can see Kurtz is sitting at sort of a table by himself towards one of the back corners. So you can choose to approach him if you want and see what you can manage to get out of him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to Kurtz. I'm gonna sit down. What's up, Kurtz?
Kurtz is his mother was a tabaxi, his father was a kitsune, so he's kind of got like this weird kind of, you can't really tell what sort of animal he is, but he has ears and a tail. It's just this weird kind of mismatch of black and browns, and he's got this kind of weird stint in his forehead that kind of droops one of his ears a little bit off skew. But he keeps his cowl up too. He's like, "Hey, what can I get you?"
Oh, I'm looking for someone, and I'm interested to see if you've seen him at all today. He's a dwarf. He's about 5'9", but he can get about 12 feet tall.
Oh, talking about Sergio? Yeah, he made his way over to the Belladonna. I'll give you that one for free. You know how much he likes to stomp around.
Yeah. Okay. And that's all you got for me?
Well, saw him going there. I think he's still there. You want to do anything about it?
No, he has something that I need, and I gotta get it back.
My information may not be up to date, but I do hear that there is something spicy happening today. If you wanna, and he kind of like places a hand on the table. And you would know that for general sort of tips or fun or interesting tricks, like there's a secret passage here, or like if you go down the well you can actually like do some, like that's worth like a copper. If you want like specific information on like what a person's doing or where they are, that would be a silver. For hot and spicy tips that are absolutely current, that would be a gold.
Okay.
So this would be a gold's worth.
I don't got any money on me. I'm trying to get some money from the thing he took from me, so I appreciate the info. I will go there and check it out.
Alright. And he just sort of leans back in his chair.
Okay, I'm gonna get up, with no help whatsoever, and head to the Belladonna.
As you stand up, he grabs your arm and he's like, "If you think about coming over to me without any money, next time don't even bother coming over at all."
Touch me again, and I will kill you.
He just lets you go. Yeah, whatever. Because he's an information broker, he knows that he is far more value alive than dead to literally anybody. So.
And then I'm gonna leave.
Okay. Where are you headed?
I'm headed to, where did you say was the Bella?
The Belladonna, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna head over there and see which way he went, if I can find out any information.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
That's a 17.
Okay. Yeah. With that, let's cut over to, actually, this would be a good place for, the newest character to make their entrance. As this drow stands up from the table, a small fairy floats over and sits down across the table from Gertz. And he looks at you and says, "All right, what do you want? Please describe your character for us."
Wait, where the hell am I?
You are currently at the library getting information from a information broker because you have just completed a job yourself, and you were told that in order to get your payment, that you needed to get a tip of where to meet the drop-off point from this information broker.
Oh, right. Ah, shit. You ever hate when you have the description, but your brain throws it? Why, brain? Why are you like this?
No. I don't remember if you said that you were a small or tiny fairy.
Small creature?
Okay. So you probably still have to, you could probably sit down in the chair, but
I use summon chair to summon a chair in the chair.
Okay, yeah, you like stack up the chairs, and then it's just high enough. Kurtz kind of gives you a wry eye, like, all right, mister, you look like a bit more formal than some of the people I deal with. What are you up to? What do you want?
I'm looking to get some people to a drop-off point. I heard you might know if I pay ya. I'm gonna flick a platinum coin onto the table.
Yeah, Kurtz just catches it out of the air, takes a second to blink and look at it, looks back at you.
It's legit.
Oh, you're that one. Okay. Well, what's the password? What's the call sign? I have to make sure it's you. Make a history check.
You're like telling me this shit. I'm like, wait, I don't actually know this. You didn't tell me this.
Your character would though.
Okay, history. Come on, +6 in history. 16. Wait a second. I remember the last thing from the last month. Keen mind.
Oh, that's true. You have keen mind, so correct.
Yeah, I will remember this anyway.
You tell them the call sign, and this is the worst secret meeting ever. Yeah. You tell him what he needs to know, and he tells you what you need to know. You need to head over to the new Nook, which is it's not a bar. It used to be an inn, and has since then sort of downgraded to just like a bed and breakfast sort of thing, where they do still offer like rooms and whatnot, but since like adventuring has kind of gone out, basically they're only good for tourists and whatnot, but they're still quite popular amongst the people that live in that neighborhood for having decent breakfast and afternoon snacks or whatnot. This is a place that you could get like tea and like little pastries and whatnot, coffee sort of hangout joint. So a fairly nice place, especially for being in Moncton. Whether or not it's your style or whatnot is something else entirely.
Okay. Well, teleport seems like the fastest way to get here. So, teleport.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely teleport somewhere nearby. I'm gonna roll to see if that person's home. No.
Maybe
the house is completely empty when you teleport in, so you make your way
convenient.
through. The house is trapped, unfortunately, though. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I can fly.
That
Well,
is
first don't
fair,
work.
but what happens is you are struck with thunder wave,
Oh, god damn it.
and then an alarm siren starts to blare.
That's his exact music.
Dexterity saving throw. Is this a spell?
It is, yes.
Oh, good. I get advantage.
You do.
Come on, one of these. That's gotta be good. They are not good. Best I got was like a 7 or 6. Well,
Dear.
Well, let's hope this 45 hit points manages to survive this.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hope my health bar survives this.
Good news is that I didn't roll very well, so you only take, let's see,
It's gonna be bad. I don't got that much HP.
13 points of thunder damage,
Ooh,
and then you're
13,
knocked
that's-
to the ground. Immediately all the doors, windows, and shutters close and lock, and then a siren starts to blare that's like, "Broop,"
Well, this is a trap. I'm getting out of here as fast as I can.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Well, isn't it obvious how I get out of places very fast?
Okay, you're just gonna teleport to another person's house.
No, I can teleport directly to the sigil at home.
Oh, okay, so you're just gonna teleport back home.
Like, this is a trap. I'm out of here. And bye. How
Okay.
to leave buildings in one easy step.
Alright, you teleport back to your house. How are you now gonna make your way over to the,
Well, the funny thing about teleport is that there's not actually... I can keep trying until I get the correct destination, but first let me apply some other spells to myself before I crack myself in half. So, where's False Life? False Life, it's free. Woo, 8 temporary HP, that's gonna be helpful.
okay.
Yep, and I guess I'll just keep trying teleport.
Okay.
Gotta hope that I get a high enough roll.
So you're not teleporting to someone's house this time, you're attempting to teleport to the coffee shop.
Yeah, I'm trying to just teleport to the coffee shop.
I
That's
would
where
like
tried
you to
tel-
make a history check to see if you've actually ever been here.
History check. 15.
Okay. I am now going to roll a D100.
I assume I teleported to the building the first time, except I just got the destination. I got unlucky.
Yeah, you were, I thought you were teleporting to someone's house that was nearby in the location. I apologize.
Thank God I could take Thunderwave, though they're gonna be a bit confused. Like, wait, someone tripped the alarm and never even touched the ground.
Okay, yes. All right. Okay, yes, this is great. You
Oh God, you got a one.
No. This is great. You teleport back in the city street directly in front of the house with the sirens still blaring. As like people are starting to crowd around. No one notices you. And you can see that the coffee shop is down the street just a couple steps, so you can literally just walk over to it.
I'll fly over to it.
Alright. Yeah.
I am magical star. I am magical fairy.
You float over to the new nook. Do you care about considering that you have keen mind? You would know that the new nook was originally the nook inn. It went through like several name changes, but has since then been recently restored and renamed to the new nook. It is mostly an outdoor cafe sort of setup. There are like tables and chairs. You can step inside to make an order, or you can generally just sort of look at the menus that are propped up on the tables, and just by touching them, they will magically, order for you, basically.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah, it's a fairly simple cantrip setup.
Seems like you could just stick a message stone on the table and you're already halfway done.
Yeah. Well, some setups like to do it like that. This is a fairly sort of quiet and restful sort of situation here. People walk through the streets. It is fairly quiet around, with the general bustle of people like walking past. I think the loudest thing is that like someone walks by with their like pet dog or something.
Well, now the loudest thing is that guy's house.
Yeah. So like people are walking past the front gates and just like giving a weird look, but like continuing to keep going.
Just walk by the house, ignore that it exists. Am I in like the low part of the place or the higher parts?
You are absolutely in the lower part of the place. You are in Nunts, which is Sergio's. You're actually fairly close to Mora, which is at the base of the mountain. So this is starting to get to the nicer district as it's going up, but very much on the flatland currently.
Ah, we're next door to the hill.
Correct.
I need to write down the description for my character so I can remember it faster. I wish I was better at English.
But yeah. The ferry flies over, and you, I guess you're just now waiting for whoever is supposed to meet you here.
Yes. Did I already make that thing?
Make what thing?
The thing for the guys.
What?
I'm trying to ask you without giving away what it is.
Message me.
Ah, yeah, that would...
Yes, that you did just do that, and so now this is your meetup to get the payoff. Again, whoever hired you is very surreptitious. You never knew their name, which is something that you normally don't, you don't get hired to do this kind of stuff normally, but, it was a nice little break.
Nice little break, though. It's not much of a break since I probably got to build another teleporter later.
You're like... Your caffeine intensified, like flapping, just like quickly making your way over to like this quiet little cafe table. It's just like so infuriating how calming it is. Like, just shut up and hurry it up already.
Yeah, shut up. I got 28 more things to do today. I work 27 hours a day. I don't got time for this.
27 hours a day. He has to cast, what's that spell, like Time Warp or something on yourself so that you have more time in the day to work.
Yeah, she does that every once in a while. She just got like a bunch of potions of the stuff and just chugs it. Maybe she mixes it into the coffee.
Okay. Please make me either a perception or insight check.
Well, perception's for looking around, insight's for looking at something, I think. I always forget the difference.
Insight is getting a general feel of, like, intuition. Perception is, like, glancing around.
Well, I got has the perception of 10, so that's always a good thing, right? At least it's not bad. 18!
18 for perception?
Perception.
Okay. As you are sitting down at your table, have you ordered anything?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
I doubt I ordered something without knowing about it.
I'm asking, like, you've been sitting down and you're just waiting at this point, so I wasn't sure if you were actually ordering or if you were just waiting.
I don't think I ever got handed a menu.
I said that there were menus on the table.
My god, I need new ears. I'll order that later. Time for more coffee.
Alright, you order some more coffee. You glance around and you can see that there are no other current customers. Again, this is just before lunch for most people. Like, it's not even noon yet. So there really isn't a whole lot of activity and whatnot. You notice that your order isn't coming out. And then you glance around and it actually seems to be getting quieter than usual. And then that's when you realize that you don't see anybody walking around. And then suddenly the alarm just goes off. Like it stops blaring.
Oh, the alarm in that one guy's house?
That's correct.
Oh, thank God. At least they turned off their alarm. That was getting annoying.
Then you start to hear the subtle sounds of like doors creaking as windows begin to slide and shut. And you look over at the new Nook as one person inside actually closes the shutter and then just casually pulls the shade on the door.
What the hell?
And you look around and it's completely deserted. The entire town is bone-chilling quiet.
Oh, something went down and I don't know what it is.
And then you hear a sound. As the chair behind you gets pulled out and someone sits down back to back with you. Sitting at another table.
Hello, who are you?
Oh. Hello?
Yes, hello. It's part of common.
Do you turn around?
Yes, obviously.
What you see is a fairly strange person. They seem to be humanoid. Sitting down, they seem fairly, tall. Probably tall for a human. Not that different build for like an elf, perhaps. And their outfit is of an attire that is hard to describe, but is similar to a cross between, musketeer and ringmaster. They have long black pants with this weird sort of elegant jacket. And then they seem to have this top hat on with a very wide brim.
Ah, so I'm not the only fancy person here. At least my wings glimmer.
But they have their back towards you and they are facing away.
Well, are you the one I'm supposed to meet here?
So it seems. You are waiting for someone?
I am waiting for someone. Looking to get the paycheck for the job.
That is unfortunate, friends, as I believe you will be waiting for quite some time.
And how would you know? What's gone on? What happened?
What is it that you want, Mr. Star Reader?
What do I want?
You spend so much time and energy pursuing wealth, but
I got wealth. I got more wealth than I exactly know what I'm supposed to do with.
exactly. So I wonder, why do you seek it? Wouldn't you much rather spend your energy and efforts towards pursuing something else far more interesting, like thrills?
I have no idea. I work 27 hours a day. I don't exactly got time for frills.
But you don't have to work. You have so much money and you spend it on nothing. Not even yourself.
Yeah, but I do a surprisingly important job. Well, jobs. I do a lot of things.
The figure pulls their arms up and almost seems to be working with something on the table in front of them. I assume you're like flying up, but have you circled around them? Are you moving at all or anything? Okay.
Just fly up and circle around them.
Okay.
Lovely wings.
You can see that as soon as you start to maneuver around to their front, that they were adjusting their like cuffs and whatnot. But you get the idea that they are perhaps very quickly stowing or disguising something, and then hiding the action as that they were simply messing with their jacket.
Do you need a jacket repair? Is your jacket broken?
I am not the one in need of favors. In fact, I believe I can help you. You came here looking for something. Something perhaps a bit more than wealth. You were offered quite a big something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I was. Definitely gonna have to be waiting for it. Figure out what's gone wrong.
You started your career by telling people their fortunes, if I'm mistaken.
Yes, I did.
Shall we? And they wave a hand across the table and you watch as a deck of cards appears. Would you like me to return the favor?
I believe if I wanted my own fortune, I could just go get it. At the next eclipse, like everyone else gets their fortunes.
But understanding one's fortune and peering into their destiny, perhaps even offered a chance of changing it, are two completely different things. Wouldn't you agree?
What are you trying to offer? Just gonna land on the table.
Okay. They begin to move their hands in a fairly they don't seem to be touching the cards, but as they kind of move their hands across the table, you can see as the card deck starts to shuffle. And then after a few movements, they stop with their hand hovering over the deck, and they slide their hand closer towards you until it's halfway across the table, and the deck slides underneath of it. And then they pull their hand away. Draw a card, my friend. See what your destiny has in store.
Okay, I guess I'm drawing a card. Anything in the card? On it?
The card you draw is called Calamity. And what it is that it shows the figure of a person climbing a mountain, and you get the understanding that if you had drawn it from the other side, it would have been like Pursuit, but instead it's Calamity, so it's showing the person falling from the cliff rather than climbing it. And the figure says, "It seems as though your destiny is tied to someone else. And as they fall, so too will you."
This is odd.
It's interesting, right?
Yes.
Far more exciting than your daily routine.
Yes, it would be. Though I don't know who this could be. Maybe the stars still have the answers.
The figure reaches up to tip their hat as they stand up from the table. And that's when the entire world starts to slowly lose solidity. When you approach a situation with your keen eyes, memorizing every specific detail, you start to feel some of that fade away as the world becomes liquid and start to get washed away as all these details blur, and it's almost as if you're losing consciousness, but instead the world around you is simply just slipping away.
Time to drink more coffee! And I'm ready at plane shift. I think we're in the wrong dimension.
The figure says, "You do that. Drink yourself to sleep, and by the way, watch your step." And then you feel yourself start to fall, and you try to catch yourself with your wings, but you can't tell which way is up, which way is down. And before you can make a move or say or do anything, you feel his hand clasp your wrist. And now we're gonna go over to someone else.
What the hell?
Actually, I'd like to do a bathroom break real quick.
That music was perfect for that. Holy shit.
I know, I'm fucking confused as shit. What the hell happened?
You got fucked up.
You just got D&D'd.
Man, I got a teleporter. 6.
I mean, it's all the coffee.
You're duped.
You're what? You're a fairy? That big coffee's gonna fuck you up. It's all the caffeine.
I'm a fae, so I might have something against
It's all
this.
the...
Other than magic. Magic.
The only magic that you have a advantage against.
No, I don't. No, being a fae isn't what gives me that. Oh, I just get fae, fairy, magic, flight. Fair enough.
I would like to go over to, let's see.
That's my favorite character.
Who? Oh, I see.
Nothing.
You're making a joke. Ha 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 ha.
Peter
Don't know
Griffin
where that
laugh.
came from. I'm sorry. We're going to go over to Viper and Marlene.
I had to look up her name too. It's like, who is this chick again?
Yeah. So, Viper, Marlene is taking you on this extravagant kind of journey. You are heading up Elantra. It has been a while since you have been up here. Things are definitely new and different, and it's a little overwhelming a little bit. But you get the idea that she's leading you through like some of her favorite shops. You know, she's like leading you by the hand sometimes and jumping onto trolleys and whatnot. You're used to Marlene's, you know, sort of
Antics.
personality changing whenever she comes back from a trip, basically. And you get the idea that she has this idea of grandeur and adventure about her. And she's like, you know, very, very much leading you on and whatnot. So like showing you different sights and whatnot, and being like, oh, you absolutely have to try this place. It's just the best. You know, showing you different shops and whatnot, and sometimes taking you in, just general like looking at clothes or something, but never actually like buying anything, because you get the idea that every so often like some like attendants catch up to her, and like like a carriage door opens for her and she just like brushes them off, like and then they like sigh and like start chasing after her. Like if you purchase goods, you get the idea that she has people with her that would like carry that stuff, but she's maybe like trying to ignore that, I guess, or something. Go ahead and make me an insight check, if you don't mind.
And if I do mind,
Alright, you don't have to.
I'm just kidding. It's fine. That dice crazy. 12.
Okay. Marlene is taking you to different places that you've probably been to before that, again, has sort of lost its magic since like corporations took it over, and she like leads you to someplace specific, like, don't you remember this place? We had so much fun here. And it's getting a little old, but I don't know. I'll leave it up to you how you approach this, if you address her about it. But you know, typically Marlene is not the most aware person that understands people and, you know, things and whatnot. But it's not because she's, you know, a rich person. It's because she is sort of an airhead. Do you just allow her to continuously parade you around, or do you say anything?
I think that since we're out in public, she doesn't want to put her in a odd spot emotionally or anything to embarrass her.
Okay.
So she'll follow her to the shops, and knowingly, of course, she senses this pattern of hers that's happening here, but she just kind of allows it and lets her enjoy the day in a sense.
Okay.
Going through the shops and whatnot.
Yeah, as she's leading you around, she's telling you stories. She's very much a person that likes to talk and sort of appreciates your company because you are a listener and not just like a yes man. But, you know, your history is that you're one of the few people that are actually like true fae that are here. So your friendship sort of sparked from, she basically walked into your life being like, hey, let's hang out because we're like-minded people, and then has kind of just assumed your relationship, probably without you necessarily doing anything, which is...
Yeah, she wrote up a contract that she signed for me. And it was...
But it is kind of nice to have, you know, Marlene's stories and, you know, this bright atmosphere that comes in and sweeps you off your feet every now and again, because it can get a bit lonely or boring perhaps sometimes, you know.
I think it's for Valentina, it would be kind of like reading a book, you know, like getting to listen to somebody who's had these experiences where she's just always so caught up in her work and what she's doing, and of course, you know, hosting and everything, and
absolutely
tending to other people's
different
needs.
sides of the same coin. Yeah, she starts bringing up conversation like, it's been so long. Why are you still single? I hate to see you alone like that. I'm not saying that you need a man or anything to help you in this space. You're absolutely fine by yourself, but come on! People are fun. Help spice up your life. I can't be your only friend racking you, you know? Sometimes you need someone to rattle your cage and get yourself angry or happy or sad, you know. I just hate to see you trapped like this, going through the motions and never actually living. I know I live life at 200%, but, you know, it's important to get out there and keep doing stuff. Don't let memories just be memories. Keep making memories. And I know it's important, but will you try for me?
Darling, you know we both will have centuries to make memories.
Yes.
I have happiness while I'm in life at the moment.
Do you remember my first performance on your stage? Back when I first thought that I was the one giving you a bit of shine in the spotlight, but it was actually you giving me the stage in order for me to get my first big role. And I was doing that fancy dance, and I cocked over your lampstand and almost set fire to the place. Oh, those were good times.
Yes, the day my hard work almost turned to ash.
But
Fond
don't you
memory.
appreciate it more? Now that you've had memories like that you've survived my charades?
I think every day I survived your charades is a blessing, yes.
And she kind of like quickly swivels and turns around and pulls you in another direction. Oh, there's a shop over here. And she just like starts leading you away again. Yeah, she is immediately asking probing questions again, which it's terrible and also great at the same time because of, you know, how open she is about this, and especially because she's not around very often. She's not the type of person to spread rumors anyways, but literally can't. So this is one of those few experiences where you can actually be really completely free with this person that's so empty-handed she probably wouldn't even remember anything that you say. But she starts leading you away. Do you think I'd be able to maybe do another performance at your place? I absolutely do love the belly bottle. What's it called?
The belladonna.
The
and I'm almost
belladonna,
hooked.
darling. I absolutely love its interior. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I love what you've done with the place, and I can't wait to bring some more of that razzle-dazzle pizzazz that show business brings. And she leads you down a street where it's basically like Hollywood Boulevard. Like, you can see that there's like lights and like showings, like animated posters. And she's like, I love this place in particular. Do you know why?
Why?
It's because it's never the same twice. Every single day, every single second of every single hour, it is constantly changing. Always new, always brilliant and beautiful. It's spark of lights and magic is everywhere in this place. This single street is alive. And that's what life is that it's
Marlene.
never the same twice.
Marlene, darling, it's changing every time you see it because you're only here so very few times.
She makes a pouty face. You know what I mean. But yeah, you can see that these buildings you have never quite seen before, and you get the idea that these are like set dressings for like this play is happening or like this performance is happening. Of like, there's like columns that are like gilded with gold and referring to this new showing that's happening or something, or a new installation of this attraction that's in or whatnot. And this is basically just like advertisement central, basically.
Certainly is always busy here, isn't it? Always something new happening.
I can tell you're unhappy. Yeah. Do you want to go get some of that, what's it called? Bubble tea?
I suppose.
Okay. And she leads you over to a soda shop. There's this human engineer that manufactured a way to put bubbles into food. It's very interesting.
Remarkable.
Like, it's completely the wrong thing. I mean, it's still good, but
she's like holding back a smirk, a telling smirk. It's really hard for her. She's just like, yep, yes, quite.
what's your passive perception?
Something. 16.
I will say that you can tell that whenever she's pulling you along and whatnot and telling stories, every so often you can notice that she skips a beat, and then like that's when she twists and turns you around, like either pushing or pulling you in a different direction. And you get the idea that she's not just avoiding her attendees.
Marlene, darling, is there someone you're trying to avoid?
Who aren't I trying to avoid? Every single time I come back here, I'm just absolutely mobbed by the people. I want my alone time with my best friend.
Yes, but we could have had alone time at the Belladonna, and you've been dragging me around town all day. It's your first day back.
Yes, the Belladonna, but I don't want to spend too much time in the Belladonna because I want to go there later. If we spend all day there, then it'll be, too boring.
Marlene, you know that I am always here for you. Are you in trouble?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that is... It's not very good. 11.
An 11. She stares at you for a moment before she gets back into conversation. Do you remember New Olympus? It was that weird collection of ambivalent beings and whatnot. I remember they were trying to get us in there because they wanted it to be a private club that was only for deities and fae creatures and whatnot. And apparently the other smaller figures that ended up showing up that we decided to dip out on apparently weren't good enough, so went out of business. Do you remember that nasty business?
Vaguely.
I hear someone new's coming back in town, wants to try and invite something again. Do you think we'd be down for another socialite club for fae only?
Are you trying to avoid my questions by just hanging shiny little bubbles of fun in front of me?
She smirks. Oh, come on now, this is a serious question.
Mine was a serious question. Answer me or I'm not going.
Make another persuasion. Make an intimidation check.
She's very persistent. She's like, you're not changing the subject on me. You said intimidation?
Yes.
Oh, that is a nat 20 for a total of 23.
She looks at you, and for the first time since you've ever met her, she stops smiling. And she just looks at you. And then the drink isn't in her hand anymore as she grabs you by the wrist and says, "Come on, let's go. Follow me." And she leads you down the street, around a couple blocks and whatnot, and then looks back over her shoulder. You know what's so special about this place? And she begins walking forward into what seems to be almost like a statue garden. You can see that there's shrubs and whatnot, but there's also like different statues and pedestals arranged in a... It's very different from the normal sort of set dressing that is up here in Elantra. This actually seems nice, and not just because it's trying to be. Like, this isn't fancy. This is just like scenery. It's like kind of nice and pretty.
No, I don't remember.
This is a place that was here even before Elantra came up. This is what we like to call the Garden of Memories. The interesting thing is that all these statues see and remember everything. And she waves her fingers at a little boy that's being drawn along by her mother. And then the statues move and nod at, and that's when you realize that all of these statues are actually sentient and animated object. They're also the guardians of this place, which means that no scrying or prying eyes can see or hear anything in here. Everything is said stays here. And she purses her lips and kind of steps backwards away from you, just looking at you stepping backwards.
Arlene, you must tell me if you are in trouble.
Why do you like it so much in Lower Rugton? It's so much nicer here in Elantra. You should move up here. Make the new Belladonna. It'll be lovely. One final performance from me before we move, of course. As a sending off visit.
Marlene, as much as I adore you and your ideas, and you know that I cannot stand living every day amongst these pretenders.
She sits down on a bit of like stone wrought fence and leans backwards and places a hand on the grass near the base of a tree as like a stone turtle kind of like walks up. It's not so bad up here in Elantra. It's not just about pretending, it's about finding your own place, carving out your own little world, and
Marlene, I did live up here, and I moved for good reason. Now, are you going to tell me what is happening and why you're so scared to stay in one place at more than a minute?
make a persuasion check.
You're concerning me. It's also concerning me that my app is being so slow. Well, it's not as bad. 14?
She doesn't look at you as you talk to her. Just kind of like pokes the turtle on its nose.
Oop, Snoop.
Do you know what it's like to not be enough? Do you have any siblings? She turns and looks at you.
Do I mean, I have siblings, but spread out. Why?
I'm sure it's different for you because you're, nature and, well, when fairies are born, they're usually born due to, intense magic, sometimes spells. They're not very rarely born in the typical sense, but made or conjured. Royalty, on the other hand, is something different, and, as most fairies are simply conjured into being, sometimes details are overlooked, and a lot of fairies look alike, and talk alike, and sound alike, and act alike, and so to actually be born as one of 6 tuplets twins, it was very difficult to find myself unique. And you can see that she's starting to choke back a little bit. To not even be your own person and not even considered to be one of the best versions is hard. But that's why I move on. I keep going, and I don't think about stuff like that. I instead focus my energies on actually being who I want to be. Seeing the things and doing the things that I want to, and actually succeeding and gaining value from doing something else. What's your motivation? How do you do it?
Well, I wake up every day knowing that each moment is another moment I can do something to better others' lives. You know, my business isn't simply a club. You know it's important to these people. That is why I cannot leave, among other reasons. I think that you are so busy trying to run from the things that make you like them, and you're not focusing on things that make you like you.
And I think that you think too highly and too lowly of yourself at the same time. You're still trying to find a reason to love yourself. Giving yourself value that you are helping people rather than, simply being yourself and doing what you want. You and I are not that different. Why do you push me away?
I'm not.
You're the only person who means anything to me.
That is not true.
She stands up. Come visit me in Launchit. Just stay just a couple days. We can
I think she just doesn't know what else to say to comfort her friend, so she simply opens her arms to her and invites to a hug as she sees her friend is having emotional issues, clearly.
She sees you open your arms for the hug, but stay standing perfectly still, locking eyes with you, as if to communicate to you that she is not some small child that needs to be, valued. The day that I come crying at your door, like all those children you have adopted, is a day that... And then she looks over your shoulder with a very scared expression. And that's when we're gonna cut to someone else now.
How dare you? How
Bloody hell, I
absolutely
need to figure
dare
out what
you?
the hell happened to my character.
Let's see.
will not
Let's
be-
cut over to Sergio.
Eh,
You have just finished your meeting with the other leaders of the dwarf tribes. And you're stepping out into the general hub, and you can see that there is a general commotion as people are sort of bustling about. What the discussion that happened was fairly short. So there wasn't really much else other than what happened last session. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to do?
Shit. Let's see. Just at the meeting. Fucking music threw me off. Let's see. Got the meeting done.
Okay, so
I'm sorry,
it-
that music just is throwing me off.
all right. A brief recap of what happened in the meeting is that Johnny Lockpocket, the leader of Silica, which is sort of leading out into the open wasteland, is very much in disagreement with Mogwin Beardhammer, which is the leader of Brabble, which is the rural housing, who is one of your closest friends. Like, you grew up like brothers, basically. Mogwin is the person who owns the platinum pin of the did I say what bird it was? I believe I did. It's a hummingbird.
Yeah, he was the owner of the hummingbird. The hummingbird is actually a key to a chamber that is that's been locked up for
Correct.
a long time, and we're currently making a plan to try and sneak past the prince to get into the vault. Is what I remember.
Yeah, there were talks of that this probably belongs to someone up in Elantra, was probably like a royal seal of some kind and leads to a vault, but that belongs to the Beardhammer family, even though there's probably elves that technically own the deeds to the plot of land and maybe even the building and whatnot. So basically, Mogwin is almost inciting war at this point, with the idea of, like, even doing a successful heist of, sneaking in and raiding the vault would almost absolutely assure the entire destruction of not only Elantra, but Rugton in its whole entirety. Muraim, the leader of Durinel Lockdread, Plockrud. Durinel Plockrud, leader of Muraim, which is the resource management, is probably the oldest and most senile, and very much disagrees with pretty much anything. You can't argue with him edgewise. He just, ignores you or shuts you down and be like, no, just no matter what you say, just no. So most of these meetings are basically between the three of you, except for him. But he specifically brought up a point that, this is basically war, and Mogwin's like, nah, it's just a friendly heist. You know, the dwarves and the elves, they don't like each other, so they mess with each other. You know, like someone sent an elf trying to steal this pin, so now I'm gonna break into their vault. Like, fair is fair. They started it first, you know. But yeah, eye for an eye, all that. Not a whole lot of other discussion happened. You know, it kind of devolved from there. So everyone's kind of hot-headed, and basically the meeting just sort of ended because y'all can only be in a room together for so long.
So Sergio's kind of in a steamed mood right now.
Oh, absolutely. I like to imagine that Sergio, despite being the person that's the first to blows, had to pull Mogwin away from, like, fighting this old man.
I imagine that, like, Sergio just went to giant form and he just fucking picked up both of them by their collars.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I mean, these leaders also have powers of their own. But I don't know if I want to spoil them just yet. But yes, that meeting room is, you know, basically a bunker for a reason, because when those hotheads get together, you know, sometimes
they just lock us in there and they fucking be like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah, exactly.
We're not
more than
fucking
just
minions
fists
ain't stepping
flying
in
there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna fucking walk out, fucking vein popping out of his fucking head with a fucking lightning. Gonna like fucking pull out a Sagar.
Mogwin is seething and like coming down from beet red, and he's just like huffing next to you, and he's like, "Sorry for being like that in there. Kind of must be embarrassing to have to pull off your old man, but
fucking Sergio's gonna fucking light it. And fucking take a deep
you can see
inhale.
his fists are still shaking."
And he's gonna pull out, like, he's gonna look over to Vinny. He's like, "Hey, Vinny, give this guy a cigar, right? He needs to cool off."
Okay. Yeah. Vinny like comes over and like produces from like his personal stash like one of these cigars, and he goes to like clip it, and Mogwin just grabs it, bites the end off, and just puts it in his mouth. And it just starts smoking. And Vinny just like kind of like sidles back. Oh, it's good stuff.
Sergio's gonna fucking pat Vinny on the back, and he's just gonna flick him a gold coin for that to pay him back.
Then he tips his hat, just sort of pockets it.
Alright. Well, if we're gonna be doing this, we're definitely gonna need some tools.
See, at least you see things my way.
Okay. We do this, make it clean, gets that pennant out of here, keeps my land safe. Alright, that's all I care about.
I'm just looking to bring some action. I don't really care about what's in that vault. All I care is about the faces of those elves when we roll them out.
You do like to fucking take off them elves.
Thinking about pulling a few favors just to make sure that this is nice and smooth, you know what I mean? Pulling some strings. We don't want just some ruffians rolling up to this in a cart. Thinking about maybe getting some guys on the inside.
You think they're gonna trust us? Yeah.
They better. Or they're gonna be sleeping with the rats.
And that's a saying that refers to like all the drowned rats in the sewers below. What's your
Alright.
passive perception?
My passive perception is 11.
Okay. I think that's enough to notice that in the hub, there's a general buzz about that even without asking around, is letting you know that people are in preparation for the train that's coming in. People are getting ready. Probably tourists are going to come up. People are setting up shops. Pulling their carts and whatnot. But also, people working paperwork and passports and that stuff are getting ready to accommodate as people arrive. You also notice that there's actually a few kobolds and goblins running to and fro, which is interesting.
Yeah, you see that over there? Got a few outsiders all up in our turf.
Yeah, well, as long as they're in here in the hub and not actually coming into our turf, I don't really care, but it is interesting while they're up, especially during the daytime.
And Vinny, you know anything about this? Got any hot news?
Yeah, Vinny does know.
Yeah, boss, it seems like, got one of those bigwigs coming in on the train.
How big we talking?
As you say that, you notice as a animated cart, comes into view. And this is one of those, very fancy... actually, go ahead and make me, a history check.
History check. 20. Dirty 20. Not
Dirty
natural
20? Okay. This is a, oh, shoot. Oh, did I not write it down? Dang it. Okay, I don't remember the name of it, but you can tell that this is a brand name of a cart that is one of the first manufacturers that is in Mora. So basically, it manufactures really good. Basically, this is like the version of a Rolls Royce, whereas limos are impractical, but signify luxury and expensive, and people like to show that off. A Rolls Royce is more of it's actually functional, it's just a good car basically. So that's sort of the image that this brand has, is that they started by actually making good animated carts, and since then have gotten this sort of reputation of making not just good carts, but also high quality, very fancy. You get the idea that this thing is sturdy as well as posh looking. And it starts to roll into and Mogwin just raises one of his burly eyebrows
Oh, looks like we got someone going straight to Elantra.
No one might want one of those sometime. That'd be nice, cruise through town, don't have to walk around, don't have to worry about people stabbing me back.
My ex-wife actually got me one of those. Not too bad, but makes a bit of a statement. Us dwarves, we walk with the people. That sort of thing. Going out for a drive, yeah, not really a whole lot of sights necessarily, but going up into Elantra makes sense.
Oh then. Maybe we should see to in greeting this fellow newcomer into our town.
Mogwin's color has calmed down to normal, sort of almost dusty skin color, like that deep, almost earthy brown. And he nods to you
hey, yeah, I like the sound of that.
Show him around, maybe show him some few sights. It'll
He
be
rubs his
fun.
palms together and kind of like adjusts the rings on his fingers.
And see what kind of face, new pretty face he's got, and maybe make it not so pretty.
No, I'm just kidding. And he flicks the butt of the cigar away.
Let's roll.
And he motions for his men to follow, as I assume you do the same.
Yep. All right, boys. We're gonna be working with them. You don't have to like them, but you have to respect them. All right.
Okay. Yeah, and you can see that like your men and his men are kind of like eyeing each other, and I like to think that like, what's the main weapon that your guys carry? Is it something like a hammer or something?
We're usually using like hammers and stuff. Like maybe that. I would say that probably Vinny has more of like cleavers and stuff, since we are the bearded cleavers.
Yeah.
Bearded cleaver game. So Sergio just has the hammer because it's like related to his rune magic.
Gotcha. You know, Mogwin absolutely carries a hammer himself. It's like this massive mallet thing. It's very like Thor's hammer in a way, but also kind of almost got like a great axe extension to its hilt. But most of his boys actually run like bladed weapons because they're looking to actually like, you know, cut and like let some blood fly. They're very much rugged in that old sort of style of like let them bleed out and die. Whereas your men are probably more sustainable of like just knock them out basically.
Yeah, I imagine that they have like little ball hilts at the end of it.
There's probably like one dude that's got like a ball and chain.
Right.
It's like a
ball and chain. You
flail
got the
that's
one
like a
with the
little bit
knife,
long.
and you get the fucking one with like the 2x4 with the nails in it.
And wait, what's the what's Vinny's son called? I forget.
Oh, we call his nickname's Matey Beard, but his name's Trevor.
Trevor. Yeah, I like to imagine that Trevor has like nunchucks with nails in it that like is so impractical because you have
I'm
to
just
like use the handles.
Sergio kind of saw this and he's just like, the fuck is that? Fucking trying to be some sort of fucking happy ass ninja? Fucking get with the fucking vet? Hammy? Fucking have some self-respect for yourself. My god, man.
Yeah, Trevor is very much trying too hard, and very much does not fit in with the mafia. But he's like, this is what I want. This is what I want to be a mafia like my dad. And then he's like, all right, calm down. Hush up now.
Sergio's just fucking squinting.
Embarrassing me in front of the boss.
You know what? Fine. Fucking your funeral, alright? But you don't be fucking coming crying when that fucking thing tears off your nutsack and you ain't gonna have no fucking grandchildren, alright? Shit. We ain't no fucking complaining about it. In fact, you know what? I welcome it, alright? If you're gonna be that fucking stupid, I don't want none of that passed down to the next generation. Alright, let's fucking go.
Vinny just gives Trevor an eye, doesn't say a word. They just follow in silence. It's at this point that I would like to take another bathroom break because this next part is kind of something.
That's what actually I'm gonna take one too.
Thank God.
Okay, it's awfully quiet. What happened?
The bathroom break.
Oh, so that's why there's elevator music.
That's just cause.
do, do, do. Do.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Bam, 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 bam. No, the elevator music.
I forgot, what was Renji doing again?
Was I think heading to the I already forgot like
Belladonna.
that yeah.
Belladonna.
Yeah, that's right, you were heading to the Belladonna. Okay.
The fact that I had a raid boss on my first session kind of fucked me.
This is the wrong music. I was like, I think this is... No, this is not.
Oh, it's the right music for sure.
No.
To the bottom.
'Cause
Oh, we're for sure just playing Animal Crossing up in here.
No, it's not Animal Crossing.
Collecting them. I gotta collect them bells, man. Got newcomers.
I gotta
here,
harvest.
collecting the bells.
Gotta harvest my butt fruit to make my bell coins.
Mhm.
To pay off the
Your butt fruit.
crook.
You what?
Peaches.
Is everybody here?
I think everybody just went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Let's ping him. Maybe he'll take a crap
Oh,
faster.
Always
mean-
confused.
You mean
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, the character,
I-
not.
Yeah.
'Cause when you said bathroom break, he said finally.
Didn't you put him to sleep and isn't the beholder going to eat him or something?
Okay.
It's not
So, at this point in time, let's just get all this music out of here.
Oh, thank God the bot shut up.
So the dwarves and the orphans are making their way to watch the train.
The dwarves and the orphans.
Orphans.
The dwarves.
You can't tell which one is the dwarves and which one's the orphans. They're just so short.
Some of them are just weird bearded children.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, they get their
dwarves-
beards at like 15, so.
No, they get them right when they're born. They already got a fully long beard that's actually longer than them.
Their mothers have internal rug burn.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Renji,
gotta
when it's not your scene, you can just go to the bathroom. You don't need to wait for bathroom break.
Yeah.
But we don't know when our scenes are gonna come back up. You don't actually.
I just
notify
mute and
us.
go to the bathroom and keep it on so I
Well,
can hear.
see, when you're not here, then I ask, like, is this person here? And then they're not here. I'm like, well, we can't do that scene, so we'll just wait.
Oh, I really had to go.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
As you saw, I've had too many kidney stones. I can't hold it anymore.
Oh, whoa.
I hope everybody likes beholders.
I think
Nope.
before we do the train scene, I really wanted to do everybody's scene. We could do
that'd be cool.
we could do Star Reader scene.
Ooh, I can figure out what the hell's happening to May.
Yeah.
Everything and nothing.
Other than the fact that I got 48 more teleporters to build today, and I don't got time to be sleeping. I don't got time to sleep. I got things to build.
I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. This session
Looks like
particularly
everybody's
is
back.
incredibly stressful because we're doing a lot of things, trying to get a lot of people situated. Oh, hey, everybody's back. All right.
Everybody's
everybody,
back.
we're gonna do your scene next. Okay.
Yay.
Yes.
Sorry.
We can finish off everybody's scene. We can have that either last or do it next week. I'm cool with that.
I mean, how much longer can everyone else go for?
I can go all
I'm chilling.
night.
I can go for another hour.
I got all night. I got to like 10 in the morning, so I got forever.
Shoot.
I can probably go till 11.
Let's see. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening, so I don't know if Renji's going to be able to do any more play before he has to get to bed. Let's see. Let's see how quickly we can get through this.
Honestly, I was just gonna try to pickpocket people on my way to the Belladonna, so
Okay.
that was my whole plan. If there's anything after that, that's fine. But my plan
I mean,
was
yeah.
to
If
pickpocket
you
any
wanna
money.
try picking some pockets,
That's it. Just want to pick some pockets. I need money.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to keep on going with your turn, I can wait until next week.
No. I absolutely
might
want to
get, like,
do your scene because I need to set up some stuff. Renji, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check. Let's see how many pockets you can pick on your way to the Belladonna.
Can I use one of my my 20s that I got?
You want to use an auto 20?
I want to use an auto 20.
Needs that money.
I need that fucking money.
Auto 20 for the money.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. On your journey, you get
Some pocket lint.
Boy, this is
you
with
get 328 electrum pieces, which are completely useless. No. You manage to get 8 gold pieces.
Okay, stop.
8 silver pieces and 9 copper pieces. Now,
8 gold.
stop
8
complaining.
silver. Wait, I'm not poor anymore.
Congrats.
Yeah, that was it, though. Unless you had other things you were planning on doing, but my goal was down the way there.
I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit before everyone gets back to the Belladonna when I want to, yeah.
Okay, it's fair.
What the heck?
you alright? There's something wrong.
Okay, everybody, you're here, right? We're gonna do your scene now.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Are you talking
You
about
wake up in
everybody
a back
else?
alley, leaning up against a trash can, being woken up by a beholder.
Hey, buddy,
Uh,
what you doing back here?
nothing. Just
Don't really take
Yeah.
kindly to loiters.
I'm gonna turn into that dude.
That dude.
He's talking to me.
The beholder.
You turn
cannot
into the beholder?
You can't do that. Too many
Aw.
limbs and wrong size category.
Correct.
And
Yeah, too big and he's got
It's just
more
a
limbs
regular
than
And
you.
he
dude
pees his
talking to me.
pants and.
I'll screw you. But he's just gonna walk away because he ain't dealing with the beholder this early in the morning.
It's almost noon.
It is.
Yeah, that's really fucking early.
What?
Alright, cool. Where are you walking to, I suppose?
It's a closed off alley, by the way.
He walks into a wall.
And the beholder can very much stop someone from walking away.
Yes, I know. I'm asking what is his motivation at this current moment in time. The beholder's like, "Hey, I'm talking to you."
But he's gonna say, "Oh, you're talking to everybody."
Yeah. That's you, buddy.
Damn, I was hoping you wouldn't know me.
You literally walked in and collapsed at one of the tables. I had to carry you out back here. You mind telling me what's going on?
Well, it appears
I just realized what music is
there's-
playing.
I don't even know what music is
Hold
playing.
on, let me unmute.
No. This is the music that's playing in everybody's mind, I guess. This is like hangover music. I
Was
guess.
it?
This
Don't
was
worry
the
about
music
it.
that was playing. This is not what I wanted it to play. I typed in something else and it just popped this up randomly. I'm like, okay, cool.
And they need to fix this bot.
Yeah, I really hate how they
Might as well
changed it.
roll with it.
Uh-huh. Funny. I'm just gonna bring up the general belladonna music. Even though you're in a back... Actually, no. You know what? Because you're in a back alley, I'm just gonna put the...
Street noise on.
Yes. Well, I've got a street
Street
song.
noise.
Or should I worry about?
What do you tell this beholder that's asking you what happened?
Oh, well, to be completely honest, I met with someone who may be a danger to everybody. Not just me, everybody. I mean quite literally everybody.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm not sure whether to ask what makes you say that, or why did you pick that name?
But, well, I prefer answering the pick the name question. So,
How about you answer them
name
both,
everybody,
smartass?
because fine, but I'm answering the name question first.
Well, I'm waiting. Start
Pick
talking.
the name. Was talking. Okay, is there like a delay in my voice
I don't know.
between me talking?
I don't know. Say something.
Oak.
No.
Crab cakes for the morning moon. Oh, alright.
Cakes, morning
What do
moon,
you-
what the hell?
All right.
Crab cakes.
Here's how we'll
Says crab
solve
cakes
this.
for the morning moon. Okay.
Shave and a haircut. You're supposed to say 2 bits.
What?
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 All
It
right,
only works
all
if
right.
everybody else knows the joke.
All right, everybody.
Isn't in
I'm gonna count to 5, and then I want you to count from 6 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, yeah, there is a significant delay.
Oh my god, are you on the fucking moon?
Fuck.
The ping of 9,000 milliseconds.
All right, now I want you to count to 5.
No, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Was that delayed for you?
Oh, it wasn't delayed. I think I'm the only one delayed, actually.
All right. Then we'll just have to deal with it, I guess.
Give him extra time to talk.
Tell the beholder your life story.
Right, well, I chose the name Everybody after waking up in a morgue for some reason, cause I discovered very soon I had the ability to take the appearance of whomever I desired. And not knowing my own name from my past life, I decided to be Everybody. Name, face, gender, identity, anything, anyone I want. I am everybody. But at the same time,
The beholder rolls all of their eyes. I didn't ask for your sob story. I asked why you chose that name, and it seems like you don't have a good explanation. So, how about you tell me why you're in the store and you fell asleep? Don't sell booze this early.
right, well, there was a person I was following for scientific reasons, and this man, some kind of mystical magical ability of mighty magics, put me to sleep after telling me some strange things. Maybe some kind of demon or fiend. Maybe a fae. Those are common here, correct?
Yeah, considering one of them is a store owner. Actually, I guess technically they're not very often around here. I don't exactly frequent the area, but those that do, everyone makes their way to the Belladonna. Alright, it looks like
Well.
you're no help, so how about you get out of here? And you do know that you do have an appointment today.
Yeah, the appointment.
Oh yeah, not the unscheduled one with the beholder.
Well, I bid you adieu, beholder.
One of the main
I
reasons
just
why you
round
came
about
back
back
to
in.
Rugton, other than following the good doctor, is that you were hired to represent someone by being a literal body double, which is one of the most common jobs that you do, being a changeling, is showing up to meetings or something for people that either can't do it or don't want to, or, you know. One of, like, the big ones is, like, people want to cheat on their wife or something, so they, like, hire you to be like, oh, see, I was home or something, you know, stuff like that. But one particular figure that you are very well acquainted with is Mr. Bleach, as he absolutely does not make any facial, you know, no one knows his face, no one actually meets up with him, but he has asked you to represent him, and you can take whatever form that you want, but he has specifically asked you to be his stand-in for a meeting that is going to happen.
Right. I'm gonna
And that's the reason why
turn
you're going to the
into
Belladonna.
a cliche. Right. Well, before I enter into the Belladonna, I'm going to turn into a stereotypical Russian.
I don't know what a stereotypical Russian
You ever
is, but
seen-
okay.
Russian3.png.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen Nikolai from COD Zombies?
No.
Who the fuck would pay
what
for
COD
COD
Zombies
Zombies?
is?
That would be dumb.
The only specific
what? I'm
Russian
gonna
that I
bring
can
up a
put a
pic.
particular face is Putin. Or Heavy.
I am heavy weapons
Have you even
guy.
Russian?
Yes.
Da.
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Entertainment.
That's kind of mean.
And let's see.
The discussion channel. I turn into that guy.
Okay.
Mr. Bleach is like the name of this guy, kind of guy.
And I was gonna say that as you get up and circle around is when you would bump into a drow in a hooded jacket, but they're currently not here, so I guess this is the end of your scene until everyone gets back to the Belladonna.
Loading point error.
Yep.
Uh,
Cutscene
Let's
didn't load
see.
right.
Actually, let's cut back to Viper. Sorry,
Why
I
you
didn't mean to
say it
say it
like
that.
yeah, loading point error caused by null
You have
pointer
to see.
exception.
Let's see.
Blah.
And you were turning around to see something that she was scared of, correct?
No, I haven't gotten the chance to react or turn around or anything. You just literally cut me off. I was like, okay.
Did
Oh.
you want to?
I want to? I don't know. You're
All right.
just kidding.
No, we don't
no.
have to progress the story.
Alright, that was a good campaign, guys.
Can I?
Dang it. This music's
I really
copyrighted.
liked
I
the
can't
part.
play it.
Copyright.
I like it, but I can't play it if it's copyrighted.
Loki, I need you to go that way. Goodness. It's like laying on top of my everything. Hold on 1 second.
I'll just play this again because it's fun and I like it. Yes.
Can I? Or hang on. Well, actually, I'm gonna see if I have it or not. Just gonna see if.
I forgot her name. What's that?
Marlene.
Marlene.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Yeah, Marlene
He has
was
a lot
in the
to-
middle of rebutting your attempts at being that caring and loving figure that you are to most people. She's like, I'm not one of your orphans that you can pick up off the street and take care of.
Ouch. Rude. Much hurt.
Well, she was hurt by the fact that you were trying to give her a hug.
Well, it's like, what do you want from me? You want me to be mean to you, or you want me to be nice to you? I don't get it. Fairies.
She loves the way that you hurt her.
She what?
It's irresistible. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa.
I didn't hear the first thing you said, so.
Oh.
That's why.
She loves the way that you hurt her.
Oh, that's really toxic and fucked up, and she needs therapy.
No, it's a quote. No one got the reference and no one got a token. It's fine.
No, it's
Love
fine. I got the
way you
reference. I just.
lie.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a Fallout Boy song. It's like, it's irresistible.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
I've listened to that before, actually.
Anyway, Viper is gonna glance over her shoulder at the direction that Marlene is
Okay, so
looking.
you turn around and you try and see what
I
she sees.
Half turn, yeah.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, goodness. Oh. It's not working. Hang on, I have to exit the character and come back.
Oh dear.
Oh, curses!
Curses.
Curses and hexes and potions. Oh my. It's a perception, right?
Yes.
Cool. 11.
Okay. Yeah, you look behind you and you see a bunch of like moving statues that are kind of, very casually walking amongst these like kind of grass enclosures. You do not see what shut Marlene up.
But I can clearly feel like somebody's or something's there, right?
Do you
Obviously.
are you doing do you have something that's like a sense that you can use? I mean, I'll allow an insight check, I suppose.
No, hang on, let me look.
Okay. Do you have something like divine sense or whatever?
Yeah, I'm looking at my or maybe it's not in there. Shit. Would like my face stuff be under features and traits? You know.
Probably. It'd be under your racial traits.
Because I thought that maybe I had detect good and evil, perhaps, but I don't think I do.
Plot twist, Marlene is evil. Viper's evil. Everyone is evil.
Everybody is evil.
Yeah, everybody's probably evil. I would have sent the sick
Oh, did I
folder on
forgot
them.
to mention this is a villain campaign?
I forgot about that.
Mm,
Well, I got a job to.
that's kind of the
I
whole
got a million
point of
sigils to
everybody.
make.
How far away is the are like the statues from where we are?
You're in the middle of this kind of park thing, so they're all around you.
So, but like, what's the the circumference of this or diameter of the circle?
You tell me what the circumference of your range is.
90 feet.
Okay. None of the statues are evil nor good. They're all neutral.
No. It's not. No, I don't have that spell.
Oh.
I just said. I'm looking at something else, so that's why I'm asking.
What is it?
If the like where the statues are, or this area where I think Marlene's looking, like how far away is that?
It's within 90 feet.
Okay.
You think?
Assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading over this to see.
You mind reading for the class? Or...
It's a
I mean, I don't mind pulling up your character sheet, but
I'm gonna do summon beast.
okay. That's not
And-
what I expected. Hulk Hogan falls from the sky. Ooh, yeah. What you need there, little
Best
lady?
day ever.
I wanted to do at 3rd level, and it's going to be a giant black bear.
Okay.
Not giant, but like just this big bear.
Oh, okay. A big black. Sorry, I'm
Big
just
bear.
thinking of like a like a kaiju-sized black bear.
Yeah.
Okay, you summon a black bear. Now what happens?
And I would like the black bear to kind of sniff out the perimeter of where we are.
Okay. It does so. It's not a bloodhound. It doesn't like track things.
I know, but it's also just it's
Okay, it actually rolled
For
pretty
her
high on its perception. And it's
peace of mind.
sniffing. It kind of turns and looks at a weird statue. Is it? It's like a woman holding a lantern, and the bear stands up and points a claw and says, "Only you can protect forest fires." And then the bear
It's a bare necessity.
continues to stand there. Are you like,
You're-
what do you want the bear to do? It's just
there for my peace of mind and
okay.
protection. God, it's a guard bear. Fuck you.
All right, no, fair. Marlene is horrified. No, Marlene is mortified.
How is Marlene mortified? Oh my god. Get over it.
She's like, Viper, you can't just go using their powers willy-nilly.
Oh, it's not willy-nilly, actually. Tell me what's going on.
You watch as some of these statues actually start to step out of their enclosures and start to surround the bear. She's like, this is a sacred place.
And my bear's done nothing wrong. He's simply here to defend me if I need it. Because you're acting weird.
Says the lady that summons a bear because they feel scared. I mean,
Scared?
Sergio, you're not getting any points. Siding with Marlene is not where you want to be, man.
You think I'm scared? Really? That's interesting. Okay, Marlene, if you're not going to tell me what's going on and you're just going to sit here and play mind games with me, I'm going back to the Belladonna. You can come with me or not, but I won't stay here anymore. And then she's just gonna walk towards her bear.
Does she ride the bear back into town?
No, she walks with it.
Okay.
But why would you summon a bear if you're not gonna ride? What else are you supposed to do with them?
Hug him.
He's
Yeah, the bear would be fluffy.
He's a
Emotional support bear.
He's literally just, it's like having a big dog when you walk. It's like
A dog the size of a lion. Yeah.
Well, bear's
Yeah.
about as big
And?
as a normal human, so it's not a small creature.
bears are bigger than people. What?
Yeah.
Big black bear.
That's like saying, hey, I'm gonna take my cat for a walk, and then you've got like a cougar.
Yeah.
Oh God. Who would even buy a cougar?
But yeah, no,
eBay?
Yeah,
she's
you say
gonna
that
just
to
start
Marlene,
leaving.
and Marlene doesn't say anything.
Oh.
She's gonna stop and turn to her one last time and I love you. I do. And I don't do this to be cruel. But someday you're just going to have to stop running. And she's
Make a persuasion check.
Oh! Time to mute the mic.
What happened? Did you stub your toe?
No, I sneezed.
Oh, jeez.
I thought he said my toe.
Entertainment.
I thought he was freaking out because I asked for a persuasion check. And he's like, oh, gosh.
Not another one.
Not more dice rolling enough.
That's a whopping 4. I'm not rolling very good today.
That one?
Okay. Is it a nat one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Marlene slowly pulls her arms up and just kind of hugs her shoulders and turns away.
You know, sometimes you just have to have these hard moments with people because it's like the Viper's like I can't just keep doing this all day. If you're not gonna tell me what's wrong, then I'm not gonna cry anymore. Like there's no point. You know, and obviously doesn't mean it from a place of like malice or, you know, wanting to hurt her or anything. She just is like, I'm a grown up and I have to be responsible about shit. So yeah, she's gonna make her way back to the Belladonna with her bear. She's gonna stop at a couple shops and purchase some really fancy jewelry. She saw that Marlene was like pulling her in and out of these stores. She couldn't even shop for anything. So
yeah, the bear like points over towards a food stall and says, I have a rumbly in my tumbly.
he doesn't talk like that. Stop
Okay,
it.
fine.
He doesn't talk, I don't think either. He just is a bear.
Yeah, okay.
But he does understand all the languages I do. He can't talk. But yeah, I'll buy him some treats because he's a good bear.
Okay. I think that's all that happens. So let's cut back over to the train.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'm still waiting. Yeah, fair enough.
Is Sergio making his way actually down underground where the train arrives?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because the orphans like park their cart and unload and start making their way down the steps. It is very much like a subway, but like massive scale because it's just like the one train. So it's like this big underground. It's like almost like a nuclear bunker style of like concrete structure. Like big pillars and like wide open, and you can see that there are like underground creatures moving to and fro. You can see that there's a bunch of goblins in like suits, like getting situated and whatnot. This music is not working out the way I wanted it to. I need something else. This is not working. I cannot vibe with this.
So I felt earlier when you had Sergio with that one music.
Let's see. Whoops. There we go. Okay. And so yeah, Dr. Zink, as you notice that a bunch of dwarves are making their way down to watch the train arrive. What are you doing?
Probably just try to keep my kids somewhat together.
Okay. I would like
And,
you to make a
sigh a
stealth
little
check,
bit.
and I would like Sergio to make a perception check.
Does it help that I can't be surprised with my fucking ring? One of my rings.
You say it's stealth?
Yes.
Let's see, perception. You said.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's a natural 3, so 6.
Let's see, perception. It's okay. I only have a +1, so if I roll low. Oh no, never mind. That's a 15.
A 50.
A 15.
Okay. Yeah, Sergio, as all your men are sort of filing in and getting situated, and, you know, spreading out, not in a hostile way, but sort of getting situated, and like some kobolds are like crawling around, and they're like, "Yeep!" and like move out of the way as your men are like trying to, you know, get you know, lockdown points and whatnot. You can see that there is a group of childhood ruffians and a particular bespectacled man who you recognize as one of the drug creators. Is it time for the first player death?
He's gonna look over at it, and he looks over back at that. He looks over back at him, and then he looks back over at fuck, what was his name?
Mogwin. He like hobbles over to a bench and just kind of plops down. He goes, these ain't what they used to be.
Sergio's just gonna fucking go to like a nearby stand or whatever, just like order something from it, like just a snack or something, just to fucking look like he's busy, but he's kind of like darting between looking at
Okay.
Dr. Edward and also the train.
Okay. Yeah, you get some meatballs. He like goes to hand you the toothpick to eat it with, and you're already like slurping it out of the cup, like, oh.
Sergio just flicks him a coin and just like fucking starts slurping it, and he's like a little disgusted, just like, these ain't as good as what mother's making.
Is the train arriving already, or is it still like almost there?
The train is almost here. Like, you can hear it echoing down the chamber. You can see the light slowly starting to fade in.
Okay.
Did you want to try and do something?
Well, I was gonna cast a spell as a ritual, but I think that takes like 10 minutes.
I mean, we're sort of at this point now, but I will say that you could have been situated. So yeah, you would have had time to cast a spell. What did you want to?
I'm gonna cast Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
Makes a disc that floats 3 feet off the ground. It's 3 feet in diameter. For me and any kiddos that want to sit on while we wait for the train.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, you can just be pushed around pretty easily, so yeah. Like, little Billy comes up and he's like, Mister, can you make the floating disc again? And like all the little kids get on it, and then like some of the slightly bigger ones start spinning it, flinging the little ones off. It's
it
like
does
an
move
impromptu
freely.
merry-go-round.
It
Or a
can also
tilt-a-whirl,
hold
I suppose.
500 pounds. So.
Okay.
Get some fat kids.
Fed well.
One toddler gets on it and it shatters.
No diabetes, so you can't be on this.
Hey, those chubby little guys are heavier than you think. Oh shoot. I would very much like to top off my water real quick before I introduce the people that come off the train, because this is very important.
I also am gonna pee real quick.
Is something wrong?
No, they're just getting water and going pee.
What the hell's going on? My characters always seem like confused.
Also, can I just say how amazing that scene with Viper and Marlene was? Because the whole point of that get-together was that Marlene wanted to tell Viper something, but then we got so distracted that I completely missed out on some very important points.
I think she got distracted by the giant fact that she summoned a big ass bear.
It was other stuff too, but yes.
She kept asking her. She had plenty of opportunities to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wanted to dance. It's fucking fairies, I tell ya.
Well, you were asking her what is she afraid of. Not what
No,
she
I
wants
was
to
asking her what's going on, what's wrong, why are you acting weird?
Anywho. Yes. Okay. Hurtling into the station, even up here on the shaped stone that is this interior chamber, you can feel the rumbling as this massive roaring engine hurtles into the space, and only once you can see it does it start to slow down as it whoom past and starts to sort of shaking and rumbling, and you're afraid that it's going to buckle and slam or fall or something, because as it slows to a stop, you can see that it is just a mass of metal, and it's like being held together by magic and duct tape. It is not like the prettiest thing you have ever seen, but in a way, yeah, it looks barely enough, workable. This was scrabbled together from like all of the mining equipment, and since then has just been getting repaired and updated, so to speak. But because this was like a brand new creation, there hasn't been like any significant upgrades or anything to it, and as long as it holds, then there's really no need to replace anything specifically. So this is a lot of like bronze and copper, like very conductive metal, but in a way it looks kind of gilded in a very almost regal way, but just by judging the construction of it, you can tell that this thing is probably more dangerous than the blimp that is full of hydrogen. Well, that's also being helped up by magic, but yes.
Won't catch me on one of those.
These
Yeah,
long travel vehicles are very dangerous.
indeed. This thing reaches for many like countries and continents. This thing is like a one-way thing. and it's got like 12 cars on it, and these cars are massive, multi-floored. This thing looks like a death machine. Each of the cars have 3 floors, and this thing runs on multiple rails. This thing is just absolutely massive, and as it starts to roll in, the kids start cheering, and I think some of the dwarves that have never seen this thing before actually like whistle loudly, and like it is an awe-inspiring thing to see this thing roll into the station. Yes, and that is the train. As it rolls in, goodness, my voice is getting worn out. And I was actually planning to start the session with this introduction. I'm glad I waited to the end when my voice is dead. As the doors open up, and again, it's not like a nice thing where they like swing open, like someone comes open with a door, like an attendant comes to open the door, or they like slide into the wall. They just open and just like pop open, like the entire train is changing atmospheres, and just swing and bang against the side, and people immediately start filing out even before like the safety railings are in place and brought up by attendants, and you know, most people just sort of jump down, but there are like movable steps that need to be set up, because this thing doesn't come in exactly in the perfect situation every single time. You know, all of this sort of like movable stairs and equipment needs to be adjusted for wherever it stops, basically. So yeah, people start filing out after basically the train is stopped here and will be stopped here for about a week before it starts getting loaded up again. You know, this is not just like a typical train or plane ride. This is like a month-long journey that if you're getting on this thing, your life is changing completely for at least a year before it comes back. Yeah, so lots of people start filing off. You can see that people are getting towards the back where there are like the luggage and like vehicles are being offloaded as well. You can see that there's lots of like, food carts, you know, people looking to start a business here. You can see that there are like general families here on holiday. You see all the typical figures coming off, but a specific group in particular sticks out like a sore thumb. It is 3 figures, one of which is not that interesting, except for that she is a herringon, which is a rabbit folk. She has these massive, almost pristine, like snow white ears, but you can tell that there's like a sandy sort of brown sprinkled in there that matches her hair, and she is busy working on a clipboard, just not even looking where she's going. She's got like a set of glasses on, just furiously scribbling away. Next to her is a very imposing construct that seems to be made of a weird metal combination that you don't recognize, but it seems like a bronze combination. If either of you two would like to make a Arcana check, you may.
Ooh, I can do that. I have advantage because of one of my rings.
22.
That's a 16.
A 22?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. With a 16, you can tell that this thing is it is very much an enchanted construct that has been constructed and whatnot. It's kind of make and build you have never seen anywhere before. It is not gnomish. It is not dwarven. It is not elven. It is unlike anything that you've seen. It's made of these different. Oh wait, do I have the image? Do I? Gosh dang it! I don't. Wait. Okay. Oh, wait, I posted it in the wrong channel. Whoops. Okay. There we go.
I think.
So yeah, this figure, steps out. It looks like it's a solid piece, like it was cast, and then has this ability of movement in it somehow.
How big is it?
It is like 10 feet tall, probably like 10 and a half.
Sergio thinks to himself, "Yeah, I could take it."
But yeah, it immediately steps out, and it is an opposing figure that seems to push its way through the crowd as it's guarding these two figures. The rabbit lady that seems to be some sort of like secretary or something to this third and final person who absolutely stands out more than either of these two rare figures. It is a elven man with streaked back white hair, with a pair of brilliant sunglasses on, and a shirt so loud it might as well be animated and screaming, with the vibrant colors that are rattling off of it, draped over his shoulder as he adjusts it from stepping off the train. He looks about and said, "Ah, yeah, this is happening." And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Aww.